guys. Still the 21st. A couple things I think I'm going to start incorporating into the videos is temperatures. This morning, we had over in Carmona, we had some, for a while there, this is a while back, we had some pretty cold temperatures where you could see me in the videos wearing a warm sweatshirt because it was so chilly. But most of the days there, when I'd look at the thermometer, I've had that same little thermometer, and it would always be, by 10 o'clock in the morning, it was 85 and up most of the time. Now, since we've been here, I look at that same, it's right next to the plant there. I'm going to start monitoring this for you guys. But the temperature here this morning when I got up was about 72 and breezy. And then at around, around 9 o'clock. Hey guys, shh, not too loud. Around 9, it went up to about 75. And then all day today, we hit a high about 78. So you guys, it's much cooler here. Now, I had been into Gaitai, and I'll be honest with you, we had some friends staying there at the hotel, and we went over there in the evening, and I was miserable because it was just too damn cold. That's a cold place. And I hear Baguio gets kind of cold too, but you don't always have to swelter here if you come to the Philippines. I remember when I first come here, I did see a lot of foreigners here, but since I've been here, hardly any. And the other thing I want to tell you, I got another confirmation. I had said in the video about my one buddy was saying that the PLDT here in this area doesn't work. Well, we got another, I just heard from another fella, lives close by here, had it for a couple months, and he said it's pretty much half of the time. Half of the time, his internet is completely out. And this PLDT, if you don't pay them, they're going to sue you for the remainder of the balance on their 2-year contract that they force you into. So if you come down to this area, anybody else knows about it, let us know. Somebody from Silang said that they've had it and had no problems. I've heard other people, but I'm talking about just in this little area right here. Now I've got 2 people saying that it's just not worth it. Hey there.
Hello.
How you doing, Missy?
Okay.
Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
My little guys. And there's Mr. Moo over there. Come on over here and say hello. Come on.
Goodbye.
All right, careful there, Mr. Matty.
Hello.
Oh, not me. Into the camera, mister.
Hello.
Oh, he's going to tell me hello.
Hello.
Atta boy. Yeah, we got our buddies who are supposed to be here this weekend. Cool temperatures. It's been just a beautiful day. We had overcast most of the day. It threatened rain. You can see behind me the clouds. This kind of reminds me of when I lived up in the Northeast, like a fall day. That's what this looks like.
Look at my shoes.
Oh my goodness. You're something, buddy. But it's just, this weather here is really agreeing with me. I always like the heat, don't get me wrong. But this is actually pretty nice. We're wanting to get out. We're just, we're kind of stuck here right now. We do have a little bit of money in reserve, but, I just don't want to spend any money on gas right now and anything. We got plenty of food. It's just we're still waiting on some money and just taking it easy. Next month we are going to go out to find a resort. We got to do Moo's doctor's appointment, and then after that we're going to probably go through the week. We usually can get a better deal. Kids aren't in school yet. We're going to actively search for school for them starting next month. I got to get them in school, and I don't mind running them around to that if I have to. And then down the road here, I want to get the bike. I want to get this house finished. Get the stuff in here. I get my check clear. I'll be able to get it done in no time. It's just waiting. They piddle around on these banks here in this country for so long, and there's nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do with them. You can't really call anyone. They won't tell you anything over the phone, and even if you go in, sometimes they'll tell you, well, you didn't open it at this branch, sorry, we can't help you, even though it's a bank that's all around the country. It's not America, guys. It's not the same thing. I had banks in the United States. It didn't matter where you went in the country, You went into a bank, you could solve your problems. Not here. It's not the same. We were up in, we had to run up to Emus one time, and I had money in an RCBC account on a debit, and the debit delaminated and didn't work. So I went into the RCB bank there, and because you could hand it to them, and I was waiting for my replacement card, but I didn't want to put it in the machine because I was afraid it would get stuck. So I went in to hand it to him and said, hey, I need to get money. Oh, no, you can't get money from here. I'm like, it's an RCB. There's the logo. Oh, no, sir. No, we can't give you money. You know, it's like, well, it's an RCBC bank. But you're going to run into it, guys, here. I'm going to keep pounding this into you because you're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. And banks and companies just are not the same. Same way with this Lazada. Like I said in the one video when I did one on Lazada, I said that they're not going to get anyone else. They sent me an email of exactly what we talked about. It was a transcript of our conversation, period. And then they're going to leave it at that. They're just going to let it go, and these guys are going to keep my $60, and they don't care. They don't care if you ever shop there again. None of them do. They just, it's the way I see it. And they don't want to give the money back. They're going to just keep sending you, these stupid things to the call center, and everybody's so sorry. Oh, we're so sorry. Blah blah blah. So I don't know. But we saw the kitties in the drain again today. The kids saw them, but you can't go anywhere near them. They run back into the drain. So what I did was I closed this end of it up. Hopefully they're going to come out over there because that's where they went in. So they need to get back out the way they went in because the mama can't get them out of there. She could go in there by them, but she couldn't pick them up to jump over the wall. And anytime we went down to help them, they scurried into the drain, and when I put a ramp there for her to climb, she couldn't get up it. She's already pregnant again. Her belly's dragging. She's going to pop more kitties out here again, which sucks. The same with the dogs here. There's actually, we saw cat crap in the road when we were walking before. I had to tell the kids to watch out. We get rid of the dogs, and now we got cats crapping in the middle of the road. Never heard of animals. Cats always, you don't know there's cats around because they poop in the dirt and then they bury it. Never in my life. I never knew of dogs in the States that crapped on the concrete. I never saw a dog do that. They always poop in the grass. And I never seen a cat poop on the concrete until, you come to the Philippines, it's topsy-turvy here. That's what they do. But I think I'm going to start doing that when I give you the date and give you the temperature and how things are doing. This was actually a pretty pleasant day. We just put a big T-bone on the griller, and my wife's going to make some French fries. We're just going to have one of those kind of dinners tonight. Kids are just having a blast, running around and playing. Bye-bye. And it's pretty quiet here. I'm liking it so far. I'm starting to think that it's not going to move too fast on getting houses built here. When you see their tarpaulin, some people were there getting their picture just like we did with their tarpaulin up. I don't think they're going to start their house for 6 months probably. They'll put a water meter in like they did across here, and they're doing nothing with that. That was in months before we got in. And the guy said, oh, once you see the water there, that means they're going to get started. Well, we saw that months ago. And then these people that went over there, like we did here, where you stand in front of an empty lot and they take your picture with a tarpaulin and they use it for their advertisement. They won't start that house. I think they got all their guys tied up now, working on places. And it's funny how they're doing. I was looking at the house down here, and they had made the window space, and they had all the block work done and all this for these corner windows like this. And then when the windows came, it was about a block short. So instead of going to the window place and say, hey, we need to shorten this window thing up, what they do, they took hammers and they busted out a whole block and cut the rebar with, grinders, and then they're fitting the window in that thing now. So that over there that will never be right. When you do that block there like that, that's in there. The rebar's in place. It's got the bends in it, and then they finish it. Well, when you go in there and smash out a whole course of block that hangs from up above, like right there, and cut that bent rebar off at the next block, you've got nothing to hold that in there properly. And then they just finished over it. So I pity the people that are getting that house, because that's not going to show its ugly head for many, many years to come. But it eventually will, because this is how they do it here. This is just their, there's no, it's get it done, who cares, as long as it's finished, we'll get our money, we'll get out of here, and then we're done with you. And I worked in construction. That I didn't know anyone who had that mentality. Some of the builders did, but you know what? Those guys went down the road kicking stones before you know it. We did know of one builder, and they had like a cattle call for a lot of people, and they were also looking for foremen and stuff. So I went down and applied, and one of my buddies wound up hitting me on the phone, and he's like, "What you doing?" Because he had a side job he wanted to do and see if I wanted to help him. And I said, "Oh, I'm down here applying for this guy, for a foreman down." "Oh no, don't go to him. Just get out of there. If you know anybody down there, tell him to get out of there. He's a shyster." He says, "I worked for him. He's cutting corners. He's installing pour wire. He's going into motor units in the pipe. He's putting light wire inside the pipe, and then jamming stuff, the bigger wire, just on the ends and pulling it through." And he goes, and he's laughing, telling me, "Hey, that way when it fails in a year, we'll get to work to fix it." And he's hitting us with this stuff. So it was like, okay, I'm going to stay away from this guy. So this guy I trusted. He was another foreman that I knew. So, but that's the kind of stuff that's rare in the States, but rampant here is what I'm starting to see. And not just with this builder. I've been talking to some other folks that have builders doing stuff, and it's like, so I don't think the builders, the people who are actually fronting the money for this, know what's going on the job site. They should be out here on a regular basis. I know if I was a contractor, I worked for residential, and we had builders, and the builders, something, they were there. They were putting their name on these beautiful big homes they were building, 35,000 square feet and up, or 3,500 square feet and up, and they were there. And you weren't doing, but the guys wouldn't pull shortcuts anyway. It's just that's how we rolled. But it's not all the places that do that here. And I know some Filipinos will slam me for this. Hey guys, this is what I'm seeing. You guys need to fix this. I talk about it to warn my compatriots about it, but so they don't fall into the trap like I did. But it's up to you Filipinos to fix this. If you don't fix it. And the only way I can see to fix, hey neighbor, these construction guys, is start paying them better. You get these guys. I'll do another video down the road, and I'm going to show you how they live. They live in these shacks. These workers live in shacks. They're bringing one of these black buckets like that one right there into the street where we got one of these water things, and washing their clothes, and then they're hanging them up over a tree over there. They got a little hand-dug latrine they're pooping in, and they're basically in a wooden lean-to thing, and they live there. This is how their construction life is. And you'll see some of them, they'll all come in a van. Somebody will have a van, and they'll come from somewhere. They're away from their families, and they're driving into this van, and the van's got a flat tire, and it'll sit there until they're done here, a year and a half later, maybe 2. And then they'll pump the tires up and get the van running again, and get out of here and go to the next one. And these poor guys aren't making the money. And, they say there's like a minimum wage here and all that kind of stuff with so many pesos a day. These guys, I doubt they even get that. They just don't pay these construction guys. And if you look at them, they age. These guys really age. I mean, they're doing some tough jobs. I actually worked with a buddy on the side. He was a plasterer. And I used to go in with him and just mix mud for him and help him out. I didn't put any plaster on the walls or anything. I just mixed with this big drill thing for him, and just being inside these places, it's almost like you're in a steam room, and those guys are ones that get old. But if you think about it, in these houses, when they're finishing the inside, that's basically what they're doing. This stuff is drying off the walls while they're in there, and it's tough on them. These guys are getting beat up, and when you look at a lot of them, and then they tell you how old they are, you're just shocked. So, but I mentioned that in the last one. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Let you know about the weather. We're getting some raindrops coming down, and I hear little babies whimpering about something, so I'm going to check that out. So you guys take care of yourself, and God bless y'all.